Hello, good morning. Thank you for coming to Saturday morning meditation. Let's start with 3 7-line prayer. Organ yogi num jansam pemage sardom pola yatsen chogi ngorubne pemajong ne jesurak kordu kandro mangpokor ketki jesudak drupki jinji lobchi shek suso guru padma siddhi home. Organ yogi num jansam pemage sardom pola yatsen chogi ngorubne pemajong ne jesurak kordu kandro mangpokor ketki jesudak drupki jinji lobchi shek suso guru padma siddhi home. Organ yogi num jansam pemage sardom pola yatsen chogi ngorubne pemajong ne jesudak kordu kandro mangpokor ketki jesudak drupki jinji lobchi shek suso guru padma siddhi home. Okay, so let's take a moment to remember our motivation for being here today and to generate compassion. So we can make the wish that our meditation here together today will bring immeasurable benefit to ourselves and to all sentient beings. And the meditation that we'll be doing today is called Shamatha or Shene meditation. And this is taught by Jetsama Akanlamo in her book Stabilizing the Mind. So meditation is the natural state of mind when it's relaxed, stable, and open. And meditating in this way, we'll be meditating on the breath. Meditating in this way trains our mind to be calm and relaxed while also being alert and wakeful. And the point of this meditation is to create space in the mind. Normally, we have such little space in our mind that anything that happens in our life, we just react to it immediately, and we have big emotions that swing us around and tend to our emotions tend to run us, and we tend to be just driven by reactivity and our emotions instead of being in control of our own mind. So, doing this meditation creates space in the mind, and that space allows us to, helps us to balance our emotions, and it gives us space between the action and reaction, and that is also the first step in the development of bodhicitta, which is the compassionate wish to free all sentient beings from suffering. So, take a comfortable seat. If you're watching online, you can sit cross-legged on the floor, or you can sit in a chair like I am. And then just place your hands in your lap, gently relaxed. You can rest them on your thighs, or you can place one hand in the other with the thumbs touching right below your navel. And then check in with your posture. Make sure your spine is straight. You can imagine a thread going up your spine and out the crown of your head, and just pull that thread up so your spine's nice and straight. And your shoulders are open. We're not collapsing in on ourselves. Our shoulders are open. Our rib cage is open. We have room to breathe. And breathing in and out, having room to breathe also helps us to allow our thoughts and experiences to come in and go out and pass through us without getting stuck in them. So just like the breath comes in and goes out, so do our thoughts, so do our experiences, So we allow ourselves that room in our body. And then, so your shoulders are open, your elbows are out a bit. That gives your rib cage that room to breathe. And your eyes are also going to be open, looking gently downwards. And you can imagine a line following the bridge of your nose, extending down to the floor. And then find a point along that line where it's comfortable to rest your gaze. And then place the tip of your tongue gently behind your front teeth. And allow yourself to relax completely and breathe normally in your normal rhythm. If focusing on your breath stresses you out, sometimes it can, then you can start by doing like count to 4, like in, in 2, 3, 4, hold it, out 2, 3, 4. And you might do that a couple times to get into a relaxed rhythm of breathing. And then just allow yourself to breathe in your natural rhythm. And you're going to put a very light attention on your breathing. You don't put any pressure on it, just observe it. Your attention is like a feather, gently riding on the surface of your breath. When thoughts come up, just let them go like bubbles popping on the surface of a pond. Just let them pop. You don't even have to look to see what they are. Doesn't matter. Your meditation is not lost by hearing your thoughts, but by following them down the road. So when you find yourself hooked by a thought and following it along, just drop it. Just let it pop and return to the breath. And if it's really difficult for you to dismiss your thoughts, you can imagine cutting them with scissors and throwing them away, or picking them up with tongs and dropping them. But you always return to that single-pointed concentration on your breath. Just come back again and again to that gossamer thin attention on your breath. We'll just meditate for 5 minutes this round. Okay, so that was our little 5-minute teaser meditation. If you're new to meditation, that may have felt like a very long time. And if you've been doing it for a while, it may have gone by in a blink of an eye. So meditating even for just 5 minutes a day is really restful for the mind, and it really makes a difference. And you'll notice, even just doing a minute of meditation each day, you'll notice over time your mind start to have a little bit more space in it. You'll notice those habits kind of loosen up a little bit, and there's just a little bit more room to maybe make different choices in your day. Maybe act with compassion or patience a little bit more readily than your normal, habit is to. And if you want some support in that, just plug real quick. We're having our annual meditation challenge for the month of February. It's never too late to join. And today happens to be the new year. Happy Losar. So it's a great time to start a new habit. If you missed the solar new year, you can start on the lunar new year. So if you follow us online on our social media channels, we'll be posting guided meditation videos and just advice about how to meditate, like tips and tricks, and on different kinds of meditations. There's a few different ways that you could meditate in our tradition, and so we'll be posting different types of meditation. And you can also access those resources by going to our website, atira.org/meditate. So I can do a little bit of a longer sit now. So we can get back in our meditation posture. If you have anything you want to, roll your shoulders or loosen your clothing or anything that's uncomfortable, you can fix that now. And and then we can resume our meditation posture. The way we set up our posture for meditation is important because our body supports our mind in meditation. So our body is like a horse and the rider is like the mind. And so if your mind's really active, having like a calm, stable base in your body can really help to center your mind. But if you can also meditate just while you're out and about and while you're doing things. And if you're going to be not doing a formal meditation session, all you have to do is just make sure your spine is straight and your muscles are relaxed, and that's it. And then you can meditate. You can meditate while you're waiting in line at the grocery store. You could do the same meditation, but rest your attention on maybe the coat of the person in front of you for a minute while you wait. You can do this anytime. Sometimes I meditate while I'm rocking my son to sleep, and I just pick a spot across the room and I focus on the doorknob or something. I can just do the meditation for a minute. So there's not really any excuses not to meditate, because you can do it literally anywhere and you have everything you need all the time. So we can come back to our posture. So our back is straight, hands are relaxed, eyes are relaxed, gazing gently downwards. I'm going to set a timer for us. What time is it? Okay. So allow yourself to relax completely and breathe naturally. And then put a very light attention on your breath. Don't try to control it at all. Just breathe in your normal rhythm with the most gossamer thin attention on your breath. It's like taking your pulse. You don't put any pressure on it. Just observe it. Your attention is like a feather, gently riding on the surface of your breath. So, I hope, so that's our meditation for today, and I hope that you'll continue to meditate throughout your week and join us again next week. We do this meditation on both Saturdays and Sundays at 10 a.m., so you can get in lots of time meditating with us. Doing this meditation is so helpful for the mind and so restful for the mind. Our minds are usually they're like little birds that are flying around all the time, just flying and like, what's on this branch? What's on that branch? I like this branch. I don't like this branch. Ooh, what's this? What's that? I like this. I don't like this. I want this. I don't want that. Constantly, and it's exhausting, all that activity. And I think of I don't know if you've seen sometimes like a bird flies out over the ocean, and they get stuck and they can't find somewhere to land, and they're flying and flying and flying, and they're so exhausted. And then a boat will come by, and they'll just land on the boat, and they'll be so glad, and they'll just rest there on the boat. And sometimes you see videos on YouTube or something of this, this pelican landed on our boat, or what, I don't know, some bird landed on our boat, and probably not a pelican, they're seabirds, but some land bird landed on our boat in the middle of the ocean. It was so glad to find a place to rest. That's what meditation does for our mind. We let our mind rest. We have a very, very exhausted bird in our heads, and we just need to let them rest. So you can find times throughout your week to rest your mind on your breath, or you can do a same meditation, like rest your mind on a candle, or a flower, or an image of the Buddha, or the coat of the person in front of you at the grocery store. Just allow your mind to rest sometimes, and it's very healing. Okay, so we can say the dedication prayers. Throughout my many lives and until this moment, whatever virtue I have accomplished, including the merit generated by this practice, and all that I will ever attain, this I offer for the welfare of sentient beings. May sickness, war, famine, and suffering be decreased for every being, while their wisdom and compassion increase in this and every future life. May I clearly perceive all experiences to be as insubstantial as the dream fabric of the night, and instantly awaken to perceive the pure wisdom display in the arising of every phenomenon. May I quickly attain enlightenment in order to work ceaselessly for the liberation of all sentient beings. Buddhas and Bodhisattvas altogether, whatever kind of motivation you have, whatever kind of beneficial action, whatever kind of wishing prayers, whatever kind of omniscience, whatever kind of life accomplishment, whatever kind of benevolent power, and whatever kind of immense wisdom you have, similarly I, who have come in the same way to benefit beings, pray to attain these qualities. By this effort, may all sentient beings be free of suffering. May their minds be filled with the nectar of virtue. In this way, may all causes resulting in suffering be extinguished, and only the light of compassion shine throughout all realms. Thank you. Thanks for coming.